Hi guys, so this is a problem I've been wanting to address for a while. Hold on, let me go get my drink. I'll be back. Okay, so it is the problem of relationships and what I think of them nowadays because honestly, I don't think too highly of them. I don't think too fondly of the idea of relationships nowadays. My perspective has totally changed, and I just want to talk about it for a little while and throw my opinion out there. So, I feel like the world has changed nowadays to where people no longer feel the need to be in a relationship. They don't feel like they should commit, like they should be with someone, and it's totally understandable. But coming from someone like me who has wanted for the longest time to commit, okay, it is really cold today and windy, like, so if I freak out over the smallest things, that's why, because I keep hearing a thumping in the front door and it's just the wind. And I might be expecting a package, I don't know. But regardless, I just feel like people don't want to commit. And from someone like me who has wanted to commit and who has been with people who don't want to commit, it's been, yes, poopsie, it's been quite stressful. So I just don't know. I kind of just gave up, basically, is what I'm saying. I let go of the idea of relationship, of commitment. First of all, I'm flipping terrified of commitment. I don't like it. There's something about committing to someone for the rest of my life, most of my life, even a few years, that terrifies me. I haven't committed that hardcore to friendships, not to mention relationships, not to mention marriage. First of all, I personally, for myself, am against marriage. Not against it if you are, but I'm just saying for myself. Because I don't feel like it's necessary. It's just a document, and throwing away half your finances is just like, I don't know, to me it's irresponsible. Just, I'd rather be single than throw away half my hard work. And even if you care about someone, it's understandable. It just doesn't make sense why they should take what I have. Do you know what I mean? Like, on top of that, it's like, it's just a weird law. Like, that, I'm all for those prenups and whatever. But just the idea of committing and then losing your partner is pretty much painful enough, as painful as losing half of your work. And I just don't like the idea. That's it. Period. Period with a T at the end. Period. Oh gosh, these glasses are messed up. But I'm just not into the whole idea now, because I'm so turned off by people who have kept telling me time and time again, Tony, I don't want to commit. I don't want a relationship. I don't want to commit. I don't want a relationship. I want to work on myself. And it just made me realize that, what am I seeking? What am I chasing to begin with? What am I looking for in someone? And it's gotten to the point where I just don't want to be with anyone right now, you know, in that regard. Like, I don't even want to, like, go out to have a bite. Do you know what I mean? Like, with any guy right now. And I think I'm so just in such a turn-off situation right now, because it's just been very cruel, hectic experience for me, dealing with different partners. It's just not a fun, exciting venture anymore. It's not something I want to do anymore, to be honest. It's not something I look forward to anymore. I don't even, like, happily hope or expect it to happen. I've just gotten to a point where I I guess, been hurt so much that it just doesn't interest me anymore. And maybe, just maybe these people were meant to be in my life to teach me that in some way. And like the fact that I don't even care that my last partner just blocked me out of nowhere and basically just poof, like nothing. Like they live 10 minutes down the street. I can go knock on their door if I want, but I won't bother. Because one, harassment, two, I just don't care to anymore. And I didn't even fully care about them to begin with. I've posted some story times on my ASMR channel talking about these people, but regardless, you get the point. That's where I am at my headspace right now when it comes to relationships. I'm happy for you if you are in one, but a lot of them have codependency issues. A lot of them have mental, emotional, physical abuse issues. A lot of them just are not right for some people. I've noticed in a lot of people who are in relationships that they tend to need the other person for something else that they necessarily can't have on their own. It's kind of like a agreement, like you help me, I help you in some way. And in many of my relationships, I've always been the I will help you, you better not help me, or I just, even if I ask, I never receive the help. I'm just usually the one being the helper and not getting it reciprocated back. And that's fine. But there's something about me that off-puts people as well. And time again, I just have noticed, I don't know if it's just me, the crazy one, but I've just noticed time and time again, it's just not working out. Like literally, if I wanted to, I can push it and I can force myself to make it work with someone, and it just won't work out. There's like a handful of guys I'm sure that I've met and seen that maybe were wanting to be with me and I didn't. I can't force that kind of a connection. It has to be with someone I really care about and want to formulate a life with and have some form of attraction to, and I've just noticed it time and time again. The best person to be with is undoubtedly myself right now. It's the best decision I could have ever created, because after this year, it has brought me nothing but pain and suffering. Unnecessary stress. Brutal, cruel amounts. You know how much money I spent on guys? Like, I'm surprised I have money left. I'm like, please, I could have saved all that time, all that money, all that stress, all that energy to something. If I channeled all that energy last year that I channeled to men, do you know what I could have built? Rome. I could have built 2 Romes, okay? I could have been like a construction worker. And anyway, you can hear the shakiness in my voice probably as I speak about this subject, not only because it's very cold outside and inside. We don't turn the heater on during the winter, so, well, it's very well insulated, thankfully, but I just am so sick. I'm so sick and tired. I'm so disgusted. Like, I'm not even sick and tired because I've given it thought. I've given it moment before making this vlog on purpose because I don't want to be like, oh, dramatic and crying on camera. Trust me, I've healed through this for several weeks before I put myself on camera to talk about this. I told y'all you weren't going to see the mess Tony anymore. You're going to see the more put together one. And it's energy. I don't want to put my crud on you and then now you just took my crud and now you have to dump it and put it somewhere else. I don't like when YouTubers go all like dramatic on camera, Onision, whatever he's doing. It's just, keep it to yourself. You're grown, okay? Don't spread that ugliness and that hatred back to your audience. They're feeding it to you. You got to filter it out on your own, but don't bring it back to them, okay? Big mistake. So, I want to be more thoughtful and mindful because loose lips sink ships, apparently. And I've learned that the hard way. And there's nothing better than investing in yourself. Do you know how much you can learn on your own? First of all, you can learn about investing, which I've been doing a lot of lately and have been doing, and it's been working. I've been moving around money here and there and just getting some things going, and I just have been more responsible and productive in that regard now, rather than loosely focusing on like my headspace was just so cluttered last year. You didn't even notice probably, but I was the biggest mess you could imagine last year. I mean, to the point where I just downed a bottle of wine and just was breaking down, crying on the floor, sobbing profusely because someone broke my heart so bad. I mean, it's not, when looking back that actually happened, I just feel heartbroken for myself that I forgot about myself so much to where I gave some man power and caused me to down a bottle and just sob, Never get to that point. It's not worth it. It's not worth it for anyone. I don't care what anyone did to you. We all have a story, okay? And it sucks that they did that to you, but you know what? Is it really worth it to give your time and energy to someone like that? Give that time and energy to yourself. Focus on what you love. Read books. Learn. Educate yourself. Go back to school. I can't emphasize it enough. That's one thing. You don't want to think about partners and stuff. You're feeling lonely and sad, and we immediately want to resort to dating sites and apps and going out and meeting people. That's all great and all, but after meeting countless people last year, it brought me in no better a position than I was before. I was doing just fine without them. I was doing just fine before them. I was doing just fine by myself on my own. It brought me no peace. It brought me no happiness. It brought me nothing. Nothing at all. Besides growing from that experience, that I know now that those things bring me nothing. So, from experience, I can tell you that I really did not know the meaning of it comes from within yourself until now. And trust me, peace, happiness, they're a feeling. No one will give that to you. And if they do, you will not have peace and happiness without them or that thing. People resort to substance use. People resort to people. To random intimacy with many different people. People will resort to sleep. People will resort to even depriving themselves of something just to get the satisfaction they need, that, they think this is helping me or this is working. Exercise is nice, but you don't need that to get the feeling, okay? The feeling will come through self-reflection. The feeling will not come looking outside. When you think it's out there amongst others, I wonder what they're doing. Maybe what they're doing will bring me what they're feeling. That's like, you know what that's like saying? That's like that tree way over there and that tree way over there. They may be connected in some way, as we are all as people. But that tree way over there, north, let's say, and that tree way over there, south, gets different water source or nutrients from different roots, from different trees, you know? And they have totally different tastes and personalities. Like, they're going to get their feeling, their sources from another soil, another type of sod, another fertilizer, whatever, than that tree over there. But they're still going to end up a tree. They're still going to end up carbon dioxiding and monoxiding and whatever they do. And get the feeling of growth some way, differently. We're not all here to do it the same way. If you want to be a professional golfer and you think, oh, I have to do exactly as Tiger Woods is doing, you're doing it wrong. Because that's what I've been doing. I've been like, oh, let's look at what other people are doing in relationships and what makes them happy. And, oh, I'll add that formula to my life and make it work. Poison. That fertilizer is going to be poisonous to the other tree. Especially the other type of tree, you know? Anyway, so lesson learned. That's my position on relationships. Thank you for watching. It just is what it is. There's not much to this content today. I just wanted to get it out there that if you are seeking perhaps something that you think will give you fulfillment, watch and learn, because it just won't. And even if you end up in a working, functioning relationship, like I easily could have, I take back the word easily because it has not been working lately. And I'm not even trying to make it work. Like, I just gave up after what happened almost a month ago, completely. But if it ends up working, bringing about someone through desperation will only bring out more lack, more pain. You know, I could have, I guess in a sense, if I really put in the effort, I don't think God would have let me, but if I really put in the effort, I could have ended up with someone for, let's say, 5 years. And then it would have ended because I just brought them into my life out of pure desperation and lack. You know, I remember days where I was just like, even before I met these people, I was like, oh my God, I really want someone. I was like literally crying in my bed, just crying in the hotel room. And I was just like, oh my God, I have no one. I'm going to die alone. And I kept putting that out there. You see the problem? I kept spitting those words out to myself through a form of prayer. It's like, that doesn't even work. First of all, you're like asking for God for help, but then that's a bad prayer to say. Like, you're just basically saying, please give me no one. Please make me desperate and lack. Please make me not have love in my life. And who's going to give that love to you? Of course, you need to provide it for yourself. Okay, through power of Jesus, amen. I say that jokingly, but I'm just saying, like, we are all within the sons of God, the creation, and we need to acknowledge ourselves as this flawed but functioning human being and love ourselves for that, because that's how we're going to get through things, okay, honey? And if you don't to yourself, you don't to thy neighbor, to thy tree. You're going to spread hate, the seed of hatred onto the other plants and trees and life. You only poison yourself, because if they all die, so do you. Where are you going to get your nutrients from? God? Not if there's not a tree next to you. Like, that's like the movie, the only human left on planet Earth, whatever it's called. Good luck surviving in that wilderness. So, I mean, it just got ridiculous. Like, I even forgot to mention, it got, like, well before that, like a year before, I even was like making love potions and stuff. I was like so desperate. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing to even talk about it. But I was like writing down like affirmations and vision boards and what haven't I done, girl? I mean, I have, like, I'm surprised I didn't go to a Romanian witch and be like, hey, is there something wrong with me? I mean, is there literally something wrong with me? There was actually a YouTube video that showed that, like, these kids were going up like these mountains in Serbia, and they went to some witch who did their cards, and she read one guy's cards, and she said, oh, the reason you're not having girls is because you just want to have fun with them. You don't want to feed them bread. It was so funny, but I'm the total opposite. Like, I will give you money, I will give you food, I will give you clothing, I will give you shelter, I will do anything for you, I will go on vacation with you, I will pay for our vacation, okay? And I will be so desperate, I will be like, do anything you want just to keep you around, as if I'm not good enough, as if I'm not qualified enough, you know? And I can give those things myself. I can save more money, I can save more time, I can save more stress, okay? I would rather put the time and energy to stress about something that will end up giving me a benefit for myself. The bigger I can grow, the more capable I am to handle men. There. So I found the answer through time, meditation, prayer, a very good friend. I can't help but think enough. Very good people around me listening to my story and crying it out with me. And, you know, after this last person, I didn't even cry. I was just like, okay, I'm done. Like, I was just like, boop, whoop, temperature meter up, and I, whoop, temperature meter, oh, I better not say that, copyright. And I bet, Jasmine Masters, I see you, boo-boo, trying to get a coin off your misfortune, because she bumped her, anyway. Him, her, oh, I don't know. My point is, you just save a lot. Invest in yourself. If you're already in a relationship, guess what? Am I going to tell you? Invest in yourself, okay? And make sure you're with someone who reminds you to invest in yourself. Because if they die tomorrow, knock on wood, what are you going to do? Thank you for joining me on my journey.